What is the Council of Humanity? What happens when humanity becomes more important than gold, wealth, bloodlines, religion, and belief? Who holds authority when survival outweighs crowns and inheritance? What happened after the fractured war? This record answers those questions. Like and subscribe. It helps the channel. Let's begin. In 1480, during ongoing beast attacks against humanity, a major internal conflict occurred. This conflict became known as the Fractured War. It was fought between the allied kingdoms of the Peacemakers and the allied kingdoms and Order of the Sainted Flame. The war resulted in heavy losses and the waste of significant resources. It did not resolve the larger threat facing humanity. Its outcome contributed to the formation of what would later be called the Council of Humanity. The Council was founded on a single principle: the survival of humanity, regardless of religion, race, gender, or belief. During this period, a letter circulated across multiple regions titled "Humanity over Everything." Rulers and military orders viewed the letter as a threat. It questioned absolute loyalty to kings, queens, and religious orders. While those in power feared its influence, they chose not to openly suppress it, recognizing their role in creating the conditions that allowed it to spread. Small factions and independent teachers began to emerge, sharing the message of humanity over everything. They criticized rulers who prioritized bloodlines and personal disputes over collective survival. They spoke against the use of kingdoms and guardian forces for private conflicts and condemned the continuation of fractured wars. Over time, these groups began to organize militarily to defend themselves if required. In peacemaker territory, several of these groups were violently suppressed. This led to the No Humanity, No Peace revolt in 1482. Concerned that further unrest could spread, a council was convened at the end of 1483 called the Gathering at Vallis Hall. Major rulers attended or sent representatives. The meeting was held in the territory of the Ironmark Assembly, as many leaders refused to convene within the lands of the Sainted Flame Kingdom in Africa. This meeting led to the formation of the Council of Humanity. 12 members were elected from the general population. Membership was determined by election and could not be inherited or claimed through royal bloodlines. The council established two laws. The first was humanity first. The second was that no cost was too high for humanity to survive. An outpost was assigned to serve as the residence and operational center for the council. One of the council's first actions was to assume total control of the bastion of the Iron Wardens. The Iron Wardens were a human military force that had expanded following the War for New France. Authority over the Iron Wardens was removed from the kingdoms and placed directly under the council. An attempt was made to remove the Guardians from royal control to prevent future conflicts like the Fractured War. Kings and order leaders rejected this action and retained direct control over the Guardians. However, they signed the Humanity Accord. This agreement required cooperation between the Guardians and the Iron Wardens for the protection of humanity. This cooperation began with the reinforcement of defensive lines against the Beastlands. At present, the Council of Humanity controls the bastion of the Iron Wardens, which continues to expand. The Council has also taken control of trade and resources. The kingdoms supply the Council with manpower and materials, establishing it as one of the strongest forces acting in defense of humanity. If you want more recorded history from this world, follow the Story Crucible and subscribe for future entries.